Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? So today we're going to be doing Sun in the sign of Aquarius and what happens when your Sun is in the sign of Aquarius. Well, what is the sign of Aquarius? Sign of Aquarius is the original 11th house of the zodiac belt, and which means gains and desire and improving the social norm of the society. Okay, Aquarius represents improving oneself and improving the others. It's a welfare for all. They're like, how do we improve the world? How can I improve the world? Okay, because Aquarius is a sign ruled by Saturn. And you got to remember, this is not your normal Sun in Aquarius horoscope, because I am going to go much deeper into things versus some other books and articles you read where they only talk about Aquarius. They don't talk about the Sun, because Sun is a lot more than just your personality. Sun is your father. Sun is the significator of your career. Sun is the significator of your soul and your ego. Sun represents your relationship with the father. So all these things needs to be talked about when you talk about Aquarius Sun, which most of the time they don't see it. Most of the time people don't get to see it. So first, let's talk about Aquarius. As I was saying, it's about bettering the social welfare, because Saturn represents structure, discipline, organization, and it represents hard work. But this is the air sign ruled by Saturn, not the earth sign Capricorn, because it rules two signs. Here, Saturn says, okay, a goal and desire of individual is to put structure in society so society can become better. Okay? It's no longer about individualism. It's not about your own career and your own status. Aquarius says, let's bring up societies at large. Aquarius also represents scientific thinking, because only through scientific innovation can you improve the lives of others practically. It's no longer about spirituality and having a vegan diet and singing Hare Krishna and doing religious singing and spirituality meditation. That's Saturn says, in reality, that's not improving. What's improving is having this remote for this camera so far away I can press record and I don't have to have another person record this video for me. This is Aquarius thinking. Okay, like your phone, cell phones, iPhones, all of these are Aquarius thinking to make your world a better place. And then you bring Sun here. Sun is your father. Sun is your ego, as I said. Sun is part of your career. Sun represents a signification of your career because it's a significator of the 10th house. Sun represents a relationship with the father. Okay, so what happens when these two energy crash? Well, first of all, part of the personality of the native will be, how can I improve the society that I live in? It's going to be part of their desire. Their personality will have this desire. How do I improve things? How can I take something out there to the world and improve the world? What happens is, this sign, you got to realize, which I forgot to say earlier, is not only ruled by Saturn, but also by Rahu, the north node of the moon. He's the karmic ruler, the co-karmic ruler. Okay? Because the Pisces represents your final placement of the soul. So in Aquarius, the sign before it, okay, that's where Rahu comes in with his karmic book and says, okay, what did you do bad? What did you do good? And depending upon that, either you'll go to a better place or a worse place. So whenever you're judging your Sun in Aquarius, look at Rahu, look at Saturn, and Rahu represents foreign things. Rahu represents going against the social norm of society. Rahu represents unorthodox thinking, out-of-the-box thinking. Okay, and Rahu is also scientific. So when you're judging how your Sun is doing, look at the placement of Saturn and Rahu. And so Sun here will be like, okay, again, like I said, how can I better the society? They have this very scientific approach to things. They don't just dive into things without really knowing ins and out. They don't really go, oh, spirituality and meditation can heal people. All right, let me promote this. No, they want to go out and test it. They want to go out and see it for themselves if it's changing or not. If it's changing, they want to do something better with it. If it's not, they're going to leave it alone. They're like, don't even bother me with this. Okay. And what happens is, with their personality and ego, is that Aquarius is first of all ruled by Saturn, who is all about collectiveness, who's about group thinking. Sun is about individual thinking. Sun is about sitting on a throne and guiding everybody. So here's the confusion then that comes in with Sun in Aquarius. Although these people love to better societies, and they love having a team around them. They are always about the team. But what happens is naturally the sun in Aquarius wants to take over and say this is how everything's going to be. They become this like this commander in their team. And then people don't like that. People like, no, you got us here to think collectively. And now you're trying to guide us through your individual thinking. And that's where they run into trouble. Because they think that, okay, I know everything better. And this is how you're going to do it. But they need that support of people. So they get the team. But then the team is thinking, oh, we're all on the equal level. And so this is the problem with Aquarius Sun, is that the sun nature comes out. Sun wants to be the leader and guide them. And then people reject them. They're like, no, you are too harsh on us. You're like a Hitler. You need to calm down. Okay? Because these guys are innovators, Aquarius Sun. They want to improve things and they want to do things that nobody else can do. And this is because they have the support of Saturn. Even though Sun and Saturn are not friends, they're enemies, but Saturn says, do something for society, make society better. So they strive for that. But then since Saturn is enemy and Saturn has no ego, Saturn is not about individualism, that's where the clashes comes in. And then Rahu, the North Node, is again the enemy of Sun. So what happens is they're into these very unorthodox situations with their father. Relationship with a father can be good if there's support from other planets. But usually, father is a very scattered personality. Father no longer has that ego where he would want to discipline the kid. He would want to, improve the kid's life. And they run into these unorthodox situations with the father where either they get detached from the father or they feel that my father is not contributing in my life enough. But if you're born with Sun in Aquarius, does that mean everybody will have a bad relationship with the father? No. Rahu simply represents unusual situations. Maybe you were separated from the father, you got back, and you guys had a lovely relationship. Maybe your father traveled a lot and was involved in corporations, was involved in scientific labs, and wasn't there to really show you how to be a father, but he was there to teach you. He was there to help you in your science homework. He would call you, hey, okay, so this is your problem. Okay, let's do this, and this is how it's done. All right, you're happy? Boom. But there's no like that, that fatherly connection. Hey, let's go play sports. Let's do this, let's do that. Unless there's support from Jupiter, unless there's support from planets like Mars, that's when the father and son will have more action-oriented relationship. But with Sun just in Aquarius, it's a karmic backlog that you bring in this life. And in this life, you feel that my father is too scientific thinking. He's too much into properly arranging my life and not just really being there as a father for me. So if you really want to see how your situation with the father is, you have to see where Saturn and Rahu are placed. Especially Saturn, because he's the main controller of father. You have to see where Sun is placed in your horoscope. Because if Saturn is debilitated, you can have a bad relationship with the father. If Saturn is exalted, you can have a very good relationship with the father. But if Saturn is exalted and receiving malefic effects from other planets, or Sun in Aquarius and Sun is receiving malefic effects from planets, then it can show that, there is a lot of tension between the native and their father. Doesn't matter boy or girl, there'll be this tension. Your father will create a situation for himself where it'll automatically distance you from him. So you have to look at all these things. You have to look at divisional charts, but that's how you judge a relationship with a father. So this is something that these people deal with as part of their, three-dimensional ego living in this world. And as far as career is concerned, these people always love to go in technology, always love to go in scientific thinking, even in medicine, scientific, because medicine is also scientific endeavor. But mainly they're about how do I improve societies through a device, like inventors. They're those inventors, okay? So guys, this was my analysis of Sun in the sign of Aquarius. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your Sun is placed and where your Saturn and Rahu are placed for that, check out the links below. Check out my books, Astrology at the Speed of Light and Conjunctions at the Speed of Light. And when you get the book, I will send you the link to look at your own chart. Just make sure you follow the directions below.